Hello and welcome to Me, the Wife and Wrexham AFC.
A weekly podcast and YouTube channel where we discuss all things Wrexham.
So sit back, put your feet up, relax and let's get stuck in. Hello and welcome to episode 169. That was an awful intro, wasn't it? Hello and welcome to episode 169 of Me, the Wife and Wrexham AFC. I'm not sure that was any better either.
Hi guys!
Croaky voice Ryan is out this week. This week's destroyed me. The Leicester trip, and I've just got, you get a cold from stress, don't you? Like stress on the body.
I was going to say, what have you got to be stressed about?
Yeah, it's just the whole lack of sleep and all that sort of stuff. It's just done me in this week. I just feel a bit. I'm not gonna lie. I felt a lot better a lot of other times in my life than this.
Here we go, gang. It's getting into the winter.
Oh yeah,
and Ryan's going to be ill every other week.
I tell you what,
my immune system is shocking.
I get to October and my immune system goes, cheers guys, I'll see you again in March, and it's off, and yeah, just ill constantly. I'm never ill between sort of March and October, am I?
Nope.
But yeah, I don't know what it is, but I'm sure people don't want to listen to this. Let's move on.
You say that every week when we have a chat before we start.
I know, but I'm sure
I think people do want to hear about our lives.
Maybe they do, but I'm not saying they don't want to hear about our lives. What I'm saying is, I'm not sure they want to hear me moaning about feeling ill.
I don't want to hear you moaning, if I'm honest.
That's fair enough. That's a fair point.
So on this week's show, like Ryan said, we're going to talk about our trip to Leicester, which was an experience, not a bad one.
No.
Well. No, it was all right. And our first ever Friday night game. Ever.
It wasn't our first ever Friday night game.
In my life, it was.
No, it's not. We played Birmingham on Friday night last season. We played them on a Monday away and a Friday at home, I think.
Oh, okay. Short memory I've got.
I'm sure we did.
I don't know.
You've thrown me now by saying it's your first ever Friday night game. We definitely played them at night at home because we had the whole stupid light show and all that sort of stuff going on.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a Tuesday.
Anyway, yeah.
This is a shambles already.
I will scrap what I just said. We had our first Friday night game of the championship.
Yeah. Let's go with that.
That's true.
That's true. That's definitely true.
Yeah. Against Birmingham at the racecourse, which was it was nice to have a Friday night game, I think, because we had the whole weekend to do nothing. And literally, we have done nothing. It's been bliss. Anyway, and we're going to talk about the international break, as that is next week. So we're going to run through some of the fixtures, including a friendly between England and Wales at Wembley, which is happening on the 9th, which is Wednesday. And we've got the quiz. Yeah. The quiz.
Yeah, I think international break's this week, by the way, not next week.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot. It comes out on a Monday, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And the 9th is this week. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, it's just been one of them weeks. Okay. Look, take yourself back, right, to Saturday, the 27th of September.
Feels
right?
like a lifetime ago.
I know. In the morning, right? We've got 3 games ahead of us in 6 days. We've got Derby, we've got Leicester, and we've got Birmingham coming up, right? Be honest. There's 9 points on the table there. What in your head did you think was going to be a good return out of them 3 games, out of 9 points?
At least 3.
Okay, so and that's what you thought, not with regards to what you know now. You thought 3 points out of 9 would have been a good return. Yeah. Okay. I think I wanted more.
I'm not saying I didn't want more, but
No.
I'm just saying
okay,
you asked
I think,
what I expected.
Okay, yeah, I think I expected more then.
Okay.
I think I was expecting 4 or 6 out of that. I think and it's just me being honest, I think I expected, not expected, I get in trouble for saying expected. But
Do you?
well, yeah, a little bit. You get the whole, how delusional are you and how entitled and all this sort of stuff comes out, doesn't it? But no.
But you're allowed to have an expected opinion.
Okay, all right.
So screw everybody.
I expected to beat Derby. I thought that was winnable, especially after our display against Norwich the week before.
Yes.
I didn't expect to get anything from Leicester, despite predicting a 2-0 Wrexham win. Honestly, I didn't expect anything from Leicester. And then the Birmingham game, it was sort of an either or. I thought a draw or a win was possible out of that.
But you still, what was your prediction? 1-0?
Yeah. Draw or a win, I thought was what I expected from that one. So I think if it was a draw on Friday, I think I expected 4 points. If we'd have won, I think it was 6 for me. That's what I was hoping for when the week started. And I'm not sure how I feel about 3 points. Obviously, it's not, you're quite happy with that because that's sort of what you felt we were going to get from that. And what did you feel? What did you expect? Did you expect 3 draws? Did you expect us to win 1 and lose 2 to get them 3 points? What was your sort of thinking behind that?
I kind of guessed that we were going to have 3 draws, if I'm honest.
Did you?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
well, actually, no, because, going into Leicester, I was the same as you, and I thought...
Didn't expect anything.
No, because obviously Leicester are an ex-Premier League team. You kind of know that they've got the ability to be in the Premier League. So, they've obviously got good players. So I thought we're going to go there and we're not going to sit back and just not try. But I thought Leicester would kind of be the better team and...
Maybe a bridge too far.
Yeah, but I was completely wrong.
Good, yeah,
I prefer to be wrong than right, if I'm honest.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, interesting. We'll come to that a little bit more, obviously, as we go through the show. A little bit of news. We'll rifle through this. So, Libby Kakache is obviously out injured at the moment. It's been confirmed that he should be back after the international break. So that is Stōk away on the 18th of October. That's obviously training dependent, how he gets on in training, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I think it'd be really good to see him back because I think it was Friday night I turned to your brother and harshly, rightly or wrongly, harshly or not, I'm not sure, but I said to him, we need a left back. Because I didn't quite feel it was working down that left-hand side in the way that it's working down the right with Issa down the right at the moment. That
Issa boy. Love that song.
Down the right feels exciting.
Every time at Leicester, obviously we're going to talk about Leicester, but every time the ball went to Kabore, everybody was like, yes.
But you don't have that same expectation or excitement when it goes down the left, and that's what I feel like we're missing. And we've got Libby, and I wasn't saying we need to go out and buy another one, but I just feel I'm not sure 100% it's working on that left hand side at the moment. So it'd be exciting to see him come back, get a decent run of games, hopefully. Talking to Stoke, we got tickets for that, which is absolutely fantastic. There was 3,394 tickets available.
I work with a Stoke fan.
What, do you? Really? Yeah. He travels from Stoke?
No, he lives in Shrewsbury.
Okay, all right.
But he's a Stoke fan.
Okay.
And he was saying to me that he is surprised at how many tickets we've been allocated. He said that is like unheard of.
I think there are a few clubs that have had similar amounts, the 3,000 mark, yeah. We are only down the road, remember. It's less than an hour away. So, I think I was very much expecting to sell all of them tickets, and it quite quickly. I think they sold out. The 70% that was allocated to season ticket holders sold out in about 9 minutes. And then the 30% that went to members later on in the day, they sold out quickly as well. I
Yeah,
don't know
'cause
how
I saw
quickly.
somebody
but
went on at 2:00 and they'd all sold out, and that's
they
literally when they went on sale at 2:00. So it mustn't have been long
there's obviously
after.
a smaller amount of tickets, isn't there?
Yeah. Well, I was obviously Ryan's the one who gets the tickets because he's he's quick fingered. That sounds very wrong. I'm really sorry. Sorry, Dad, Mum, father and mother-in-law. So Ryan's quite quick at doing it, so that didn't sound much better, did it?
I think, if anything, that sounded worse.
Yeah. So he was in charge of getting the ticket. He's always in charge of getting away tickets. So I was there on my phone, going into my transaction history, making sure that it said you've been assigned a ticket. And then the days, it was a third, was it?
I don't know when they went. Yeah,
second.
Yeah.
So I was looking up there, and I said to Nigel, who I sit opposite, I said, "Oh, have you got your tickets?" And he was like, "Yeah, Lloyd, my son's got them." And I was like, "Oh yeah, Ryan's got them as well." Be like, honestly. And then Dave. I said I wasn't going to mention him on the podcast again, but sorry, Dave. He came in and he said he added his ticket, so we're all very happy. Yeah,
I'm chuffed. You've not been to Stoke obviously before.
No.
I've been to Stoke. Went there with when Wrexham played Stoke in the FA Cup. I don't know the year, maybe 10 years ago, possibly.
Were we together then?
We were together when I went to
Well,
Stoke.
I know we were together 10 years ago, but what I'm saying is I can't remember you going to it.
Yeah, so me and my dad went to that game. So, yeah, I'm excited to go back. Exciting for you, obviously, because you've never been to that ground. It's a decent ground as well. Really nice. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. Our game with Cardiff has been selected for TV coverage.
Whoa, shock horror.
I know, on Sky Sports and ITV, and that'll take place on Tuesday, the 28th of October at 8 p.m. Looking forward to that. We'll talk a bit more about that, obviously, when
Hopefully we're going to get... we will get tickets for that.
We will.
Well, because
yes,
it's our
100%.
season ticket seats, isn't it?
Let's talk about the share that we've sold, singular.
The one share.
So we've sold one share in the club for £7.1 million.
I wonder who it is.
It's Rob and Ryan basically have bought it. So
right.
so
Okay.
it's
They own it.
It's a bit of a strange one. So it's been bought by a holding company, the one share. Now, the reason this is done, it's a way for owners and investors to put money into the club without affecting the balance of power too much. So obviously there is however many shares there are available in Wrexham. They've bought one, and they've bought that for 7.1 million, which means that boosts the balance sheet by £7 million. But what it doesn't do is it doesn't swing the ownership of the club drastically. I think the share, I saw a figure and I can't quite remember what it was. The share relates to like 0.0002% of the club. So it doesn't like give them a much bigger share in the club, and it also doesn't diminish other ownership within the club that they're sitting there going, hang on a minute, you get the premise. So
Yeah.
It's something Newcastle did it last week. I think it's frowned upon by some people, because it sort of feels like you're finding a bit of a loophole to pump money into the club, but it is
That's
what it is.
Loopholes are for.
But so that's in essence, that's what's happened. So it's a nice little cash injection. Whatever that is for, it might be just purely to balance the books. It might be to help with purchasing land for a training ground. We don't know. It hasn't been said why it's been done, but that is what has been done. So, I just thought I'd touch on that. But yeah, and also work's begun on the Cop. I don't know if you.
So, like I said last week, there's a JCB there.
No, they've actually. So what they're doing something called grading, in construction terms. Do you know what grading is?
To see what grade the ground is.
No, it is to do with the ground. So basically, it's
like a grade 1 listed, that
no,
sort of thing.
No.
Oh.
It's
No, then.
obviously no. So obviously the ground's quite uneven. So it's a case of building up areas that are lower than others and smoothing out areas that are a bit bigger.
Like they've done with the pitch. Did they not even that out?
I don't think so. I think the pitch was pretty even anyway.
Well, no, because it went down when you were where we
a hump.
sit.
A hump, do you mean? Yeah, most pitches have a hump.
It doesn't anymore.
No, but
It's been evened out.
Lots of Premier League clubs have a hump in the middle, and the reason they have a hump is because drainage. It helps with drainage.
Well, we've got drains around the edge of ours now.
So Premier League clubs, but the hump helps with drainage. That's why you have them. Anyway, the bloody cop. So they're grading at the moment. That takes a little bit of time, and then that's it. They've started. We're off. We're off to the races.
It's exciting.
It is exciting. I think it'd be more exciting when you start to see something of more significance happening. I think that's what a lot of the stand is being prefabricated elsewhere, and
How the hell are they going to bring that in?
It's not. I mean, when I say prefabricated, it's not like the whole side of the cop isn't going to be like helicoptered in or anything like that. But it's big sections that are prefabricated, brought in, and then they're slotted together like, I don't know, a jigsaw.
You see on the motorway, don't you? You have like a massive, what is it? A big load, and they have like they're getting followed.
Yeah,
and like escorted because it's such a big load.
Basically that, yeah. So that's exciting. We'll keep an eye on the cop, obviously, and as we always say, Wrexham AFC Fan Zone on YouTube. He does lots of almost daily drone videos of what's going on, and it's how we stay up to date. So it's he does quite short videos as well, between 5 and 10 minutes. So it is quite interesting to watch and see what's going on. So I enjoy him anyway.
So let's talk about Leicester. So we went to Leicester.
We did.
It was Ryan was up at 4:30.
Yeah.
And he did an 8-hour shift. Came home at 2. Walked the dog, and then he had to come and pick me up, and then we went to pick Alfie up, and then we literally left. But it did take, how long did it take? 3 hours?
3 and a bit hours it took because of traffic. Obviously, you're hitting rush hour. The roads to Leicester are not the best. I think we finally got to the ground about 7:25.
Yes.
So we there was a period when we were driving and we were sort of like, are we going to make kick-off here?
I said to you, I said, what can you imagine? And we don't get there until, like, I don't know, whatever time they close the stiles.
Can you imagine they'd closed all the turnstiles?
And we couldn't get in, so we had to literally just turn around and go home. That fortunately didn't happen, but Ryan didn't have a chance to get a beer, which he was...
I did, though. I had I was already feeling a bit rough at that point.
Okay.
When I got there, and I thought I might not even bother. We got there too late for me to anyway.
Or get a drink or anything for me and
we
Alfie.
had to go straight to our seats. And then at half-time, I had a chance, and we went and bought, and I just didn't bother. I just wasn't feeling up to it, if I'm completely honest. I felt really rough. But having said that, nice ground.
Yeah.
Really nice concourse as well. The away concourses are not usually the nicest.
Do you know what? I can't remember it because literally we walked
straight through and then
up the stairs to our seat.
No, it was nice. It was nice. Weird though. We were sitting in our seats. Well, we weren't. We were in the safe standing. We were standing up. Our son, me and my son were talking. Our son, sorry, and
say his name. Everyone knows his name.
Yeah, and we were talking, and we were like, "This looks like Southampton."
It was spooky.
It looked just like Southampton. We were in the same place as well, which had sort of added to it. But it looked like Southampton, but just that it was blue instead of red. And we look back at pictures that we'd taken at Southampton. It's practically identical, which was really weird. But yeah, all in all, nice enough ground. They do the stupid fire light show thing and all that.
It was all. Do you know what we thought? I'm quite looking forward to the light show, like the fire thing.
Who said that?
to me.
Oh, right. Okay.
Well, I was thinking it. I didn't say it because I thought, no, this was before we went there because I knew that they would do something like that, like Birmingham did. And I thought, it's going to be freezing, so it'd be nice to have a bit of heat. But my God, it was such a weird evening because it was absolutely...
It was hot,
it was
wasn't
boiling. Alfie's just sat in his T-shirt all game.
Yeah, I know.
It was so bizarre.
Yeah, it was weird.
But anyway, so the starting 11, we had a Okonkwo in goal. Pretty standard at the moment. Back three, we had Brunt, Hyam, said that right, and Cleworth. And then on the right, we had Kabore, and on the left, we had Longman. And then in the middle, we had Dobson, who's on fire at the minute, Sheaf and O'Brien. And then we had Windass just behind Kiefer Moore, who was up front.
Yeah, subs Burton, Cody, Doyle, Barnett, McLean, James, Thomason, Smith, Broadhead, Windass captain, obviously. It was an unchanged lineup from the Derby game. Matty James on the bench as well, returns to the club that he played for 9 years between 2012 and 2021. He was at Leicester.
So he's been in the Championship then?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Connor Cody was back at the club that we signed him from. I think it's fair to say that Matty James is more well-liked back at Leicester than maybe Connor Cody is. He didn't really get the best reception when he was like warming up and stuff like that. So, but there we go.
This just goes over my head. I didn't hear any of that.
There are reports about Connor Cody that he was quite integral in the pre-match build-up and strategy. Yeah, the analysing and strategizing that surrounded the game. That he was invited in to the sort of managers' meeting to discuss. Obviously, he'd come from Leicester, so he knew a lot of the players. He could give real insight on them players, but a little bit more than that, he's obviously looking ahead at doing something coaching-wise, managerial-wise. So, it might start to develop that he has a little bit of a different role at Wrexham, which involves the sort of that sort of side of the game, which is
How old
quite
is he
interesting.
now?
I think he's only 32,
So he's not like past it.
No, not at all. Not at all. Welshman Jordan James started for Leicester. We obviously agreed a deal for him in the summer, and he basically turned us down and moved to Leicester instead. So he got one or two boos from Wrexham fans. How do you feel about, we are obviously a Welsh club, and as a Welsh club, a lot of our fans are Welsh. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about a Welshman from another club who represents the national team getting booed by Wrexham fans? How do you feel about that? Or is it like, look,
it's just bravado, isn't it? I don't think it's anything like,
I don't think he should get any different treatment just because he's Welsh.
No, it's like, it's just a bit silly, that, isn't it? It's like, he's at the end of the day, he made the decision for himself and for his career and all that kind of stuff. I don't think he thought, I'm not coming to Wrexham because I'm Welsh. I don't think, I'm going to, I don't know. I don't think there was anything behind it. I just think he was just looking out for himself, and why not? That he's. But
then at the same time, I think we've got every right to boo him.
Yeah.
Because if another player had done that, McAtee did it when he went to Bolton, and we booed him. But just because Jordan James is Welsh, I don't think that should really make a difference. It's just a bit of banter, I think, and it's
Apparently, I don't know how to banter, so I don't.
You don't, not at all.
No.
First chance fell to Kiefer. Sort of 6 minutes. Kabore, good work down the right. Put the ball in. He just needed to just smash it, really. Hope for a little bit of deflection, or it would have gone straight in. He did a weird little side foot thing, and it went miles wide. I was quite disappointed with that early on. De Cordova Reed hit the post for Leicester, and then Hamza Chowdhury played this horrendous back pass. Lewis O'Brien in, and he just sort of spooned it wide. And that was sort of, at that point, I sort of felt like, I don't think we're getting many chances in this game. And we've had two really good ones. Lewis O'Brien's the better of the two.
Yeah.
But we've had two really good chances there to at least test the goalkeeper. And we haven't with either of them. And I was worried that it might end up being quite a long night for us.
Yeah, even longer than it actually was.
35 minutes in, it was quite a nice 1-2, to be fair, between Jordan James, Patson Daka, and Jordan James slotted it past Arthur. I sort of felt like Arthur could have got a bit of a stronger hand on it, but I'm not going to dig Arthur out about that. He slotted away 1-0.
As if it was him, no.
As if it was it. I know all of that about, he was going to sign for us, then he didn't want to, and he went somewhere else, and then he turns up and he scores against us. I'll say it now. He's such a good player, Jordan James, and he really would have improved our team, immensely. He scored another great goal on the weekend against Swansea, so they had back-to-back Welsh teams.
How did he? How long is his contract with Leicester?
I'm guessing I don't know, but I'm guessing you normally get a 3 or 4 year deal, don't you, when you sign somewhere, especially someone of his age as well. So I would guess so. First half was 74% possession to Leicester. Very much the old boring pass it around football that you sort of get from ex-Premier League teams.
You're talking about Leicester just passing it around?
Yeah, very much so. It's like, pass it here, pass it there. Oh, this is boring, and we'll recycle it, we'll pass it back with very little final third sort of like incision, sort of like there wasn't really, apart from the Jordan James effort. And it was quite similar to watching the game against Southampton, where they had lots of the ball, we had very little, but you just didn't feel like they did anything with it. I know they were 1-0 up, and that style of football is very much about, is there a chance? No, there isn't. Recycle it back. Look again. Is there anything? Pass it forward. There's nothing. It goes back. And it's very much the sort of Pep Guardiola Man City way that's bled down through all of the top teams.
Everybody always says, don't they, that Man City have paved the way for how Premier League teams and, obviously teams that go back down to the Championship or whatever.
Yeah.
How they play.
Yeah.
It's bizarre that just one team has managed to do that, but
it is, and and I don't know how exciting it makes football. I think it does make for when there's, you look at that first half. Yes, they were 1-0 up, but we had two very good chances, and looking at possession doesn't show you the whole story anymore of a game, because that we could have easily been 2-1 up.
Yeah, it
could have been 1-1 at the very least, but they've had 2/3, 3/4 of the ball, and we've had a measly 26%. It doesn't really paint a picture of the game anymore.
No.
What they've got one really exciting player, which I will mention now. His name's Jeremy Monga. He's a winger.
He's only 16, isn't he?
Only 16,
and he's only just turned 16 as well.
Oh my God, he's
quick.
I'm not going to sit here, waxing lyrical about an opposing player, but he looked.
He's got a very bright future in front of him.
He looks like he's going to be big, huge, and no offence to Leicester, but he looks like he could play at a lot higher level than Leicester are, and for a better team than Leicester are.
And he possibly
in my
will.
opinion, I think he probably will. How did you feel at half time anyway? 1-0 down.
I don't know really. Probably what I expected.
Yeah.
Like I said before, we didn't just sit back and just kind of let them, score that goal. It was kind of we tried, we tried. But I think, I wasn't like, oh God, like I'm really disappointed in everybody, I'm really disappointed in this scoreline at the moment. But I was quite, I was all right. I thought, do you know what? Parky will do his thing and we'll come back from it.
Yeah, I tell you how I feel, and I like I say, I always try and be completely honest and not just change opinions just because you're doing a podcast. But I felt at half time that maybe this was going to be one of them games that it was going to get away from us.
And there was going to be a big gap between the
I felt like there was going to be a gulfing class in the second half, and I felt like there was a possibility they could score 2 or 3.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always said about the Championship, I've watched the Championship I've always found the Championship really exciting. I like watching the Premier League, but I've always found the Championship fascinating and really exciting. It's just one of them leagues where almost anyone can beat anyone. Literally anyone can beat anyone in that league. And it's some. I said at the start of the season, we're going to beat teams that we didn't expect to beat.
Millwall.
We're going to lose to teams that we feel like we should have won. We're going to drop points and be disappointed. We're going to gain points and think, where did that come from? And every now and again, somebody is going to put 4 past us. The trick is limiting how often that happens.
Yeah.
If you can just let that happen once in a season, or maybe stop it happening at all. But every now and then, out of the blue, someone's gonna tonk you ultimately, and that is the sort of nature of the Championship. It's so unpredictable, which makes it such an exciting league. But I did feel at half time that this could be one of them weeks that just got away from us, and Leicester got their teeth into the game, were 1-0 up, and they were just going to keep applying pressure, and they were going to push and push and push, and we were going to get deeper and deeper and deeper, and then they were just going to be taking pot shots for luck, ultimately, and we could end up being in trouble in that second half, and that is just honestly how I felt after watching the first half. But the second half was better. It felt like we grew more into the game. Broadhead came on and just changed the game ultimately. He equalised on 77 minutes. Great work from Lewis O'Brien. I think it was Vestergaard was trying to sort of usher the ball out. He got sort of round him. He kept the ball into Broadhead, 1-1. And then I think we genuinely could have gone on and won it. Yeah. I mean, he had that shot from the edge of the box. I've seen the replay. It's not as close as I initially thought standing in, the stands. He curled one from the edge of the box and it looked so close. I thought it was in for a second, but it wasn't as close as I thought it was. But yeah, I'd sort of thought, oh, where did that come from? It didn't feel like, even though we had them 2 chances, I did say to Alfie at half time, he goes, I don't think we're getting anything out of this. And I said, do you know what? The longer it just stays 1-0, that's when you go, right, let's kick into gear. Let's put a 10 minutes in that really puts them on the back foot and try and get something. Yeah. And that's football, and that's how it works. It ended 1-1, and it was, like I said, it was a point that I wasn't really expecting to get. And
I clearly was.
Siân got a prediction right. Siân went for 1-1, so fair play to you. Absolutely fair play, because it was, I didn't expect that. I know I think I went for 2-0 Wrexham. I was feeling a bit rough, and I went, well, whatever.
No, Leicester, you went 1-0.
No, I think I went 2-0,
You did. You did. Yes, you did.
I did. But yeah, a great point on the road. A little word about the Leicester fans. What did you think of the Leicester fans?
Didn't know they were there till they scored.
Mad, isn't it? And it's another,
such a big ground, and the noise that they could have generated would be unbelievable. But they just
non-existent,
and they left. A lot of people left. yeah, it was just very bizarre.
Lots of parallels to draw with Southampton, I
Yeah.
think. And do you think it's a entitled sort of mentality of we're too good for this?
Yeah.
We're too good for the Championship. We've been in the Premier League, don't you know?
I do, yeah.
We've won the Premier League, don't you know? We're too good for this. We'll sit here. We'll turn up, but we're not making any noise.
Yeah, like...
And that's how it felt.
People say that Wrexham fans are entitled and all that rubbish, but, you know, Wrexham fans go to every away game, and I want to say every home game, but it's been a bit lax lately at the home games, but every away game without fail, we bring it, and you know, you can hear our fans, and every time we do like a live or whatever, that's one thing that the people who are watching it, you know, internationally, or even people who are watching it at home over here, they say that you could hear
the noise,
us.
Yeah.
The noise coming from the away end is unbelievable.
Such a quiet bunch of fans.
And then they sort of came alive a little bit when obviously they scored.
But that was it.
And then it went quiet again.
Like you touched on, I have never seen so many people leaving a ground 10 minutes before the end of a game.
When it was 1-1.
When it's 1-1.
Yeah.
If you're 3-0 down at home and it's been shocking and it's 10 minutes to go and you want to leave, right? That's not my thing. I like to stay. If you're getting hammered 5-0 or something, and there's a couple of minutes left, maybe you just sort of go, I can't watch this anymore. But and you can excuse it to an extent. Then at 1-1, I was so.
There wasn't just a few people. There was
not at all.
Rucks of people leaving.
10 minutes ago, you could see people starting to leave. 5 minutes to go, they were streaming out.
Yeah.
And I was like, that blew my mind. It was just unbelievable that was happening. Man of the match for you, anyway.
George Dobson.
Yeah?
Yeah, you're frowning.
I'm not frowning. I am frowning. I think...
Actually, no, I'm going to change it. Sorry.
I don't...
Nathan Broadhead.
I don't like giving man of the match to a sub that comes on for the last 25 minutes, okay? But I do find it quite difficult to give it to anyone but Nathan Broadhead on Tuesday night.
I agree. He did change the game.
I think he completely changed the game, and I do find it difficult to give it to anybody else on Tuesday night. We had a question. Susie got in touch. She said, would be great if you could explain to us football students how Broadhead doesn't fit anywhere in our system, has evolved so quickly to Broadhead is the man. Has something changed in the formation to facilitate him, or is he playing really well in a different position to what he has done before? That's a
great question, Susie.
It's a good question.
It is a good question.
And I suppose we've sort of touched on it a little bit. So Nathan Broadhead, as a player, on the face of it, doesn't really fit into our system at Wrexham. Okay, so if you look at his career, I looked at his stats. He'd played in everything: Premier League, Championship, League One, in the reserves, the Premier League 2, which is like the Premier League reserve teams and all that. He's played just a little over 220 games in his career so far. 110 of them games have been, so 50% of them games have been as a left winger. Mm-hmm. The other 110 and a bit are sort of spread out around a couple of different positions. Okay, so 50% is as a left winger, which we do not have in the Wrexham team. Okay, so his favoured, most used position is not something that we use as the club. Now, luckily, he's a very good player and he is versatile. He has played as a central attacking midfielder before, which is what we are ultimately shoehorning him into.
Yeah.
Now, the problem sort of amplifies a little bit with the fact that Windass plays as a central attacking midfielder, and we currently only use one of them. Okay. And now, what makes it more difficult is that Parky's also made Windass his captain now. So Broadhead, I think we're in a position where it's either or. It's Broadhead or it's Windass.
Yeah.
So, and I think it makes it more difficult for Windass to be taken out of the team because he is now wearing the captain's armband, in my opinion. Unless he has a few games where he's not great. Although he is still the captain, so there's that to contend with as well. I do very much feel it's an either-or situation. It sort of felt like Windass had quite a bad ankle injury, or a bruised ankle against Leicester.
Yeah.
And we sort of felt like he was going to be out for a bit. So it did feel like a bit of a get-out-of-jail-free card for Parky, where he's going, oh, he doesn't really need to make that decision because
He's made for him.
Josh is out now.
Yeah.
So Broadhead will go in. We'll get onto that in a little bit. So it's so difficult, Susie, because we're going to play him to an extent out of position. But he is good enough and versatile enough to play in that position, and it's not like he hasn't played in that position before. We've talked about a box midfield before where potentially Broadhead and Windass could play together, and that is possible. In the early days of being in the Championship, I don't feel that's going to happen, because by doing that, you are slightly less defensive-minded in your midfield approach. And potentially when you're finding your feet in the Championship as a team, you maybe want that extra layer of protection in behind. So we're very much in a position where I think it's either or when it comes to Broadhead and Windass. The downside for Nathan Broadhead is Josh Windass is currently captain, I think.
And
so,
quite good.
You're saying Broadhead's the man. He is the man. And I think he's when he comes on, he's great. How you get him into that team for me is still a problem, and that would involve a change of setup. Now we very much have a set formation that we're using, but that formation is transitional. So lots of teams use transitional formations now. The best way to explain that, if you imagine Trent Alexander-Arnold when he was at Liverpool. He was very much a right back. When the team attacked, he transitioned into a central midfielder. So they call it like a false back. So when you defend, you fall into your right back position. When you attack, you fall into a central midfield position. Now, we do that. Lewis O'Brien will go up and join Josh Windass to make that box, and we'll have Ben Sheaf and George Dobson in behind creating that box. So people are then going, well, we're doing the box, so why can't Broadhead be there? Because what a transitional formation requires is that player that is going up to join to create the box in an attacking mode is also able to drop back in and play the defensive role as well when you're in defensive mode and you're in your defensive formation. Unfortunately for Nathan Broadhead, that isn't his bag. And that's why you have to go all out box midfield if you want Broadhead and Windass to play, and that is just not something we are doing at the moment. I'm not sure if I answered Susie's question there, but he doesn't really fit in our system. So we are shoehorning him in another position. He looks very good, and I would love to see him play week in, week out.
Yeah.
How that works, I genuinely don't know, Susie. At this moment
space,
in time,
I think.
Yeah, it is, and I think it very much reminds me of Elliot Lee when he first signed. He wasn't in the team week in, week out, and then he became a first name on the team sheet. And we might see that sort of scenario as time goes on. As we start to feel more comfortable in the Championship, more established in the Championship, you might see us becoming a little bit more comfortable with playing an attacking style, I would say. Yeah. Birmingham. We had one change to the lineup that we've announced. That was Callum Doyle came in for Lewis Brunt, which I'm not shocked? Were you a little bit shocked?
Yeah, I mean, I put Brunt in my back three. I didn't put Doyle in because I'm not sure the reasoning behind that, but I just thought that the way they played on the Tuesday, they were quite, so I thought maybe on the Friday, but yeah, I was wrong.
Yeah, Brunt was on the bench.
He was.
We've paid a lot for Doyle, and
Yeah, I get that.
we need him to be. He's played in the Championship a lot before, and we need him to start showing his worth. And I'm not.
Earn his pennies.
Yeah, definitely. Wet, windy Friday night. No stupid light show, which I was really happy about. Wind has started, which I think shocked everyone.
Yeah.
With that injury, that he'd obviously put a picture on Instagram.
Not sure.
No.
But, I don't know whether it was his Instagram or whether it was somebody. I don't know.
It was, I think. I'm pretty sure it was.
Yeah.
Very bruised ankle, and we were just assuming, he's out for a few weeks then.
Yeah, but
not the case. So
couldn't even tell that he'd had a bruise on his ankle the way that he was training.
No, not
playing.
at all. It looked bad. You're right. It did look bad, but obviously not bad enough to keep him out. So Broadhead on the bench again. Unfortunately for him. Quick mention for the.
Oh my God.
We had an incident.
Oh my goodness me, it was terrible.
We had an incident. So Birmingham brought more staff than they said they were going to bring. So there wasn't enough seats for them in the dugout.
Again, a team thinking that they're...
Anyway, so they ushered the staff into the stand, the Wrexham stand, and sat them in front of us.
Oh, no, they just sat there. They weren't ushered there.
Yeah.
They sat there.
They were put into the stand, and they were standing at first, and then they went and sat in some empty seats. And I was so angry. I was fuming. I was like, I said to the steward, I said, they cannot sit in this stand. And then he was like, I'm sorting it. And then
the game started.
And then the game was started, and they were still there, and it didn't look like anything was happening. I leaned over and I said, if they score and they celebrate sitting here, I said, there will be a riot. I'm telling you that now.
The people sitting in front of me didn't agree with you, obviously.
Who?
The girl and boy. The girl and man. They basically told you to leave them alone. They're not doing any harm.
Well, that's their opinion. That's up to them. Whatever. But I mean, I'm not happy about them sitting there. No. And then I had a bit of a situation with one of the Birmingham staff who started doing this at me, and then so I told him what I thought of that as well. It's to me, it's a ludicrous scenario to put Birmingham staff in with the Wrexham fans. I mean, why is that a sensible thing? Why were they allowed to come into the stand at all? And there'll be loads of people going, it's fine. It's not fine. It's not.
It's not fine, is it?
Absolutely not fine for that to happen. They've got a dugout. If there's no room for them in the dugout, they can sit on the grass. They're not coming to sit in the stand with the Wrexham fans. Because if they score, they're going to celebrate.
Of course they are.
Because they're Birmingham staff. So, and for that to happen in the stand, the risk of something erupting in the same way as if a Birmingham fan had bought a ticket in the home end, I just think to even allow them to sit there while they were sorting it out was stupid. Put them back onto the pitch, let them sit on the floor out of the way while they sort that situation out. To let them sit there was absolutely balmy, and I don't understand why that was allowed to happen. But it did, and a
lot of people did agree with us that was sitting. The girls that sit next to us, they agreed. Everybody was just like, "What the hell is going on?
Get them out!
What's going on?"
Yeah, but I was not happy. I was not happy with that at all, and let it be known on record, I was not happy with that. Look. We looked in control, I think, early on. Mm-hmm. We looked really good. Longman had a shot deflected out for a corner. Sheaf had a shot from the edge of the box, which was well saved by the keeper. 13th minute, Max had a header. Dobson sort of darted in front of the keeper, nodded it in. The reason I'm laughing, the funny thing was Max started to wheel away in celebration because he thought he'd scored.
Yeah.
And then he was looking going, I don't think it's me who scored that.
Oh,
and he had that sort of look on his face. It was, but George Dobson scored. Max now has more assists this season than Mo Salah, Cody Gakpo, Eberechi Eze, Declan Rice, loads of people. He's got three assists he's got from centre-back this season. Really chuffed for him. He doesn't look out of place at all, does he, in the Championship?
No, not at all. He looks dead comfy.
Yeah, dead comfy.
Dead comfy, he does.
Dead comfy, lad.
He does.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, you're not wrong. Lewis O'Brien should have made it 2-0, pounced on a poor pass. Shot with his weaker foot straight at the keeper. Didn't really give him enough to do. I was a bit gutted about that. Damari Gray probably had Birmingham's two best chances. He put one, dribbled through nearly everyone. Shot well saved by Arthur, and he had another one at the end of the half that he put. Issa slipped, didn't he?
Yeah.
Came to Damari and he put it over the bar. Premier League winner, Damari Gray with Leicester. So decent player, and he still looks good. Second half, we just sort of fell asleep a little bit, didn't we?
Yeah,
What happened? Because I wasn't there.
To be honest, I don't really understand. I was sitting there, and then the next minute, the Birmingham staff. I mean, to be fair, when they were down that end, I couldn't see anyway because all the Birmingham staff were standing up.
Yeah.
So I couldn't see anyway. But yeah, it literally happened within seconds of the whistle going. So it was so quick.
Yeah.
I have no idea what happened.
Mad, really. We just fell asleep from the kickoff. 20 seconds in, Stansfield put the ball through. Roberts equalised straight away. It's a cliche, but it was such a game of two halves.
Yeah, it was.
If you go on the stats and go first half, second half, and click them, all of the lines flip from one side to the other side when you do that. It was just, we couldn't gain any momentum in the second half.
Some of the lads were looking tired and they were looking knackered. Kiefer Moore won. He was. I mean, I've got nothing against Kiefer Moore, but he looked
tired,
absolutely shattered. And obviously, he played on Tuesday. The majority of everyone, everyone bar Doyle played on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So, everyone was knackered. So, and you could really tell in the second half, it took hold of them. I think, which is a bit worrying, though.
The subs didn't really make an impact. That is 3 games in 6 days.
Yeah.
You've got to bear that in mind. No shots on target in the second half. There was only 1 shot on target for either team in the whole of the second half, and that came 20 seconds into the second half, and that was the goal. So yeah, it's third 1-1 draw in a row. Which, I know I asked the question at the start. I'm still not sure how I feel. I think you just got to take points where you can get them.
Yeah.
But I felt like there was more available in them 3 games.
Even Birmingham fans were saying that they were worried about that game.
They were 100%, but we're now unbeaten in 4 in the league, which is a positive.
Yes.
We're unbeaten in 5 in all competitions. Dobson, man of the match for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I voted for him, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think
not just because he scored, but it's kind of accumulation of things with him that he's just, he's always there when the ball is like coming up to this, to their end, not their end, our end, sorry. Yeah. And he's always just got something in his back pocket to kind of like steer things in our direction in a positive way, and I just think he's just on fire, and he's just constant. It feels like, weirdly, like Ollie Rathbone is like.
Well, the question is, how does he get back in the team?
I don't know. It's really difficult because everyone loves Ollie Rathbone.
Because the natural thing to do, if you'd have asked people 5 games ago, 6, second, third game of the season, maybe. Where does Ollie fit in? Everyone probably would have been, we'll take George out and put Ollie in. But how do you do that now?
And I feel
you can't really.
And I feel like that is kind of something that George probably had in the back of his mind, thinking, well, it's probably going to be me that's going to be on the bench or whatever. So I need to show my worth while I've got the chance. And he's definitely taken advantage of it.
He is one that's gone, right, okay, I'm in the Championship, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
He's never played in the Championship before, has he?
I don't know if he play in the. I don't think he has, but I might well be wrong about that. I don't know.
Yeah, he doesn't.
I
He doesn't look out of place at all. He's
100%
on fire constantly at every game that we've played, and even in the second half. He did, he looked knackered as well. They all look knackered. I'm not sure what they're putting in the energy drinks at half time, whether they're just giving him a hot chocolate and it's kind of making him a bit sleepy. I'm not sure. But yeah,
I don't know. It's weird, isn't it?
Because it was such a weird second half.
In the second half of games, I think I've said this on one of the lives that we've done. You just don't know what you're going to get at the moment. No. We're either on it and pushing, or we're struggling to find the momentum and a footing in the game. So, yeah, it's strange, but a point's a point at the end of the day. After Saturday's games, we're 18th in the league on 10 points. But caveat: we are recording before the Old Farm derby, which is Norwich, Ipswich, or the East Anglican derby, if they were to give it its official name.
So we need Ipswich to win, don't we, today?
If the only result that changes us being 18th is Norwich winning, so a draw or Ipswich winning doesn't change where we are in the league. If Norwich win, they go above us, so we drop to 19th. But that is the only result that can sort of change our position. We are 4 points above the relegation zone, but we're 5 points off the playoffs. So we're
kind of smack bang in the middle.
Sort of, even though we're 18th, which is well and truly bottom half. A couple of wins in a row, and you're right up there. A couple of losses in a row, and you're
right down there.
You're right down there. That is the Championship for you.
Yeah.
But, quick fantasy EFL update. I'm sick of it at the moment. I just can't. Nothing works for me. Nothing I do works at the moment. Ron
Wilk can give you a few
tips. Thanks.
Yeah.
Ron Wilk is first on 631 points. Joshua's second on 630, and Ben Parker is in third on 627. So
it's very close.
Tight. Very tight. No games this week.
Boo.
International break, so we'll run through. Wales play England at Wembley on the 9th of October, as Siân said, in an international friendly. So that is not World Cup qualifying.
I'm not sure. I don't like friendly. I think they're boring because they're not. They're not.
It's England Wales though.
I know, and I get that, and I probably will end up watching it, but they don't excite me because they're not for anything.
I get you.
It's sort of like, I don't.
Pride. That's what's on the line. Pride.
Yeah.
Especially for a home international. Yeah, 100%. We're going to Wembley, aren't we? Not on the 9th of October, but we are going to Wembley.
We're going for a tour.
We are going on a tour of Wembley, and I'm really excited of that. We've obviously been to Wembley.
Yep.
I've been a few times. You've been once. Yeah. But we've never... Yeah, so we're going on a tour of Wembley, which is really exciting. I'm excited about that. Wales then play Belgium at Cardiff City Stadium on the 13th, and that is a World Cup qualifier. It's a bit of a crunch game, I think, for Wales because they're sitting third in the group at the moment, and they have played more than the teams above them. So Belgium is one of them, so they need to start picking it up a little bit, and it would be good to see them beat Belgium.
Kiefer Moore and Nathan Broadhead have been selected. They're in the 26-man squad.
They are indeed. So
for both of the games, isn't it?
For both of the games, yeah. So they when they have an international break, they will always announce their squad for both games. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So they're both in the squad. So as I say, Wales are third in the group at the moment. First qualifies automatically. Second in the playoffs. Third is nothing, unfortunately. So
at the moment we've got nothing.
No. The USA host home friendlies against Ecuador and Australia. Canada also face Australia and then Colombia. They're not qualifying for the World Cup because they are the hosts, so they don't need to qualify. So every international break they're playing friendlies, which is one of them. Dom Hyam hasn't been included in Scotland's squad for their double-header with Greece and Belarus, but Issa Kabore will head to Africa to represent Burkina Faso again against Sierra Leone and Ethiopia in their World Cup qualifiers. Libby Kikache is sorry.
Sorry, Ryan's put Libby Kabore.
I have. Sorry. I think I got away with that then.
No,
So you called me out on it.
Well, you called me out all the time. So.
I know. Yeah. So Livy Cae is expected back, obviously, after the international break, so he will not be representing New Zealand in there.
I'm not sure, because last time he declined, didn't he? He didn't go.
I think he was just coming back from his other injury, wasn't he? So I think he got selected, and I think he basically said, I'm not going to travel because I'm just coming back from the injury and I don't want to have a...
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so there we go. Who supported the show this week, Siân?
So we have had two lovely people support the show. We've had Linda, who is a regular supporter of the show, and we appreciate it so much. She's put a comment saying, not the outcome I was hoping but a point is a point. Have a lovely weekend. That was after our game on Tuesday against Leicester.
Linda supported the show by, very simply, by going to buymeacoffee.com/me the wife, which you can all do if you so wish. And it really helps us out if you support the show. It allows us to continue making this amazing content and pumping it out there for free. Yeah,
and also we've had Adam Davis, who's never supported the show. He mentioned that in his message. Long-time listener, first-time coffee buyer, dude. Love hearing from your gorgeous. I just added that word in.
Just added a word.
Don't know why I said that. Love hearing from your perspective as a family. Hope to make it over there after the cop is built and buy you a pint. I would like a Coke, please.
I'll have a pint. I'll have
a pint of Coke.
We would love Adam. We would love a pint with you. That would be fantastic. We love meeting new people. That'd be absolutely great. Look, if you do want to get in touch with us, you can do so by commenting on this video on YouTube. If you are listening to this as a podcast, you can click contact the show at the bottom of the description, or you've got all the social media stuff: Blue Sky, X, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, or email us at methewife and wrexhamafc@gmail.com. Quick shout out for Dragon Chat. It's a mental health peer support group. They run 2 weekly Zoom calls. One is on a Monday at 8 p.m. and that is for women. The other is on Thursday at 7 p.m. and that is for men. If you want to get on them calls, you can head over to the Wrexham AFC website, go to the communities tab, and then scroll to health and you'll find Dragon Chat in there. Alternatively, all the details of how to get on them calls are in the description of this and every video that we have ever done on YouTube. They also meet up in person, Dragon Chat, in the Dragon Chat room at the Miners Project at 1 p.m. before every Saturday home game, if it kicks off at 3, obviously, and 6:15 for midweek.
And you
games.
don't have to be going to the game to go to those meetings either.
Not at all. If you just want to go and have a chat, talk a little bit about the football, whatever, you can head down there. Yeah. Quiz time.
Oh, badges.
I feel like we had to, because there was 2 quite big games this week, it sort of felt like we had to rattle through a little bit.
Yeah.
And I don't like rattling through, but I think anything over an hour and 10, I think it might be a bit too much for people to consume. I know you lovely people.
Why are you still talking now then?
I know all the lovely people out there say we would listen to longer. But yeah, all of our equipment starts dying because it's not got no battery in it. So yeah, look, quiz.
Yeah.
Badges.
Yeah.
Club badges.
Are you putting these on the screen then for people?
I am not. Will you stop saying things like that and forcing me into doing things? I might do. I don't know. Well, let's see how we get on.
All day.
Got
all day after we've
Thanks.
recorded.
Yeah, thanks. Yes, so we played Birmingham and Leicester this week. Do you know what their badges look like?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
Okay. There they are.
Yes.
On screen for everyone, apparently. Now I've got to do that. So Birmingham is a football with a globe on top with a ribbon wrapped around it with a Birmingham, and the Leicester one is circular with a fox on it. Okay? That doesn't matter that you know them. I'm going to give you an item. Like a fox or a football or anything else. What you have to tell me is if there is a championship badge this season that includes that item. So basically, it's true or false.
Okay.
Yeah? You
Yeah.
understand the premise of the game?
Yes, Ryan.
Let us start. There is 10 of these. Okay. Number 1, a sword.
True.
True. That is true. It's the easiest one. There's 2 badges with a sword on it. Sheffield United and Charlton. Okay. Number 2. I'm going to count your score up on my fingers. A ship.
True.
False. Sorry, there is no ship. There are lots of badges with a ship on them.
Just not in the championship.
Just not in the championship. No.
Damn.
Number 3. A tree.
False.
False. That's true. Southampton have a tree on their badge, as you can see there.
I don't
in
observe the badges.
You use the badges a lot, though.
I do, yeah.
For
I
various
do.
things. You
Yeah,
have probably got all of these badges, correct me if I'm wrong, saved on your phone, or certainly in Canva that we use. Yeah.
But
So
I don't
that's
study them, though.
okay, that's fine. But that's 1. A bridge.
False.
That is false. Yeah, there are a couple. There are a couple of badges that have bridges on, but not in the championship. That is 2 so far.
Whoa.
Number 5, a moon.
False.
That is true. Portsmouth have a star and a crescent moon.
I would say that was a smile. not a
Okay,
moon.
you can say what you like. If you read the official description, it is a star and a crescent moon. So that is still 2 that you are on. Number 6, a rose.
True.
You're just like you've given up now.
I have. True. True.
It is true. Blackburn
I
Rovers
knew that.
have a rose. You didn't, did you? No, you didn't.
No, I
at all.
didn't.
Okay, come on now. Number 7, a cannon.
True.
True. Who do you think that might be?
Portsmouth.
You've just seen Portsmouth badge. Was there a cannon on it?
I can't think.
Okay, you said true. It's false. The only one I had a quick look. Arsenal obviously got a cannon on theirs.
Yeah, the Gunners.
Yeah. Number 8, a 2-headed bird.
True.
True. Who do you think that is?
Is it us?
What did you just say?
Oh, it's not a 2-headed bird, is it? It's a dragon.
And it's
And
not
it's not 2-headed.
It's not 2-headed. There's just 2 of them.
All right. No, I don't know who it is.
But you're saying true.
Yeah, it's probably false.
It is false. Yes. Yeah. Unfortunately, so I think AFC Wimbledon have got 2-headed bird on
But
theirs.
they're not in the championship.
They're not in the championship. You're still on 3 at the moment. Number 9, a horse.
A horse.
A horse,
You
of course.
Crazy horse. Yeah, true.
True?
Yeah.
Anyone?
No, just true.
Just true. Okay. It is true. It's Ipswich. I think that is the Suffolk Punch. That's what that horse is called. The Suffolk Punch. It's a breed of horse. It's not that. That's not its name.
Oh, right, okay.
There you go. And the last one. So you've got 4. 4 out of 4? Was that 3?
No, I had, 4.
4.
No, it
God,
is.
you're going to say that.
No, it is, honestly.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. The last one. So this is for 5 out of 10, which considering it felt poor, I think 5 out of 10 might be all right. Number 10, an elephant.
True.
True. Anyone in particular comes to mind?
Elephant and castle. I don't know, babe.
No. There's such a look of, can this just be over now?
Can this end?
It is
False.
true. Coventry City have an elephant on their badge.
Why? It's got like a first aid cross on it as well.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why they've got an elephant. I didn't look that too deep into it, but yeah, they've got a black elephant.
Elephant and castle. That's in London.
I don't know. Is that a castle? The elephant's obviously holding something up there. I think we're getting too deep into it.
Yeah, I don't
now.
care that much.
Look, guys, I am going to lie in a dark room for the rest of the day. You can do what you want, I think. Really.
Oh, I'm having a sleep.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
Got work tomorrow, so...
Yeah, look, thanks very much for tuning in this week. Onwards and upwards, I think, as Linda likes to say to us.
She does.
Because
Very positive, Linda is, and I like that.
I think there's definitely positives and negatives to be taken from the last week. And I would love to know which side of you fall. Do you feel positive about it? Do you feel negative about it? Are you somewhere in between? Let us know. We've got an international break to sit and reflect on where we are.
Regroup.
Which we will do very much next week. So, look, enjoy your week, guys, and we'll see you next Monday.
Bye.
Bye-bye.